What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and new information has been revealed from this leaker from who's an airman that he has been leaking information from the Pentagon and the Department of Defense for over a year. That's right, online. Take a look here.
New reporting tonight that the accused leaker of classified information began posting secrets more than a year ago, shortly after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The New York Times says it discovered that Airman Jack Teixeira allegedly began sharing military secrets as far back as February 2022 to a chat group containing 600 members. That's 10 months before the December 2022 leaks that Teixeira is charged with. Two sources familiar with the matter tell NBC News investigators gave no indication when briefing Congress last week that they were aware of this new set of disclosures. The FBI and the Pentagon have been scrambling to assess the damage from a leak they first discovered April 5th.
And the longer something is out there floating in the ether, in the cyber world, without the government knowing, without them being able to shut it down, the more potential damage can be done.
Teixeira's lawyer, the FBI, and the Pentagon all declined to comment tonight. The Times matched the new post to Teixeira through a series of digital clues, including a handle he had previously used. The newspaper quoted Teixeira boasting of his special access to secrets. "I have a little more than open source info. Perks of being in a USAF intel unit," he said, seemingly referring to his job as an IT specialist in an Air Force intelligence wing, and hinting that he used his IT access to get information. "The job I have lets me get privilege above most intel guys," he wrote. Teixeira claimed he was hunting through classified computer networks for intelligence on the Ukraine war, including material from the National Security Agency and GCHQ, the UK's digital spying department.
This goes way beyond a kid trying to impress his buddies.
When one chat room member urged him not to abuse his access to secrets, he is said to have replied, "Too late."
And Ken, could these new revelations lead to more charges for Teixeira?
Yeah, Teixeira's alleged comments in this second chat room really do complicate his legal situation, Jose. He allegedly even offered to share secrets with people outside the United States, the textbook definition of espionage.
Yeah, so as you can see here, they're finding more and more evidence on this guy. We're Americans also finding more and more information here that he leaked and is actually brought to light here almost by the day here. There's been so much to sift through. And as we're finding it out, so are other countries like China, Russia, North Korea as well. And yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword, which has brought to light a lot of things, mostly not good. I mean, hasn't really been a lot of good intel that is leaked to the public out of this. Um, so this is a problem here. Also, we're learning here now, arming Taiwan now. Now, Taiwan buys them from us. Ukraine really isn't buying them. Some people say there is a prospect that they might pass back in the future. I personally don't think that'll happen because I don't know if there's going to be anything left of Ukraine. They're going to have to rebuild after this. So, God bless them just for surviving. Look at what's happening in their country. It's literally just unbelievable, right? Taiwan's buying weapons from us, but we're supplying weapons to Taiwan for a possible invasion from China. We're supplying weapons to Ukraine. And then there's the possibility that we could be involved in a war on either of these fronts, or we get attacked or anything along those lines here. Remember that we were attacked here just recently in a war, or not in a war, but in an attack with our soldiers here in Syria from an Iranian drone just a few weeks ago. So you literally you take any one incident here, and poof, we could be involved in any type of escalation of a war like this. And we're already running dangerously low on ammo to begin with. You can see here the invasion of Ukraine alone has revealed that the US stockpile of 155 millimeter shells alone, just this one type of ammo, and those of European allies were unprepared to support a major and ongoing conventional land war, sending them scrambling to bolster production. The dwindling supply has alarmed U.S. military planners, and the Army now plans to spend billions on munition plants around the country in what it calls its most significant transformation in 40 years. It may not be easy to adapt, though. Practically every square foot of the Scranton, Pennsylvania plant, first constructed more than a century ago as a locomotive repair depot, is already in use as the Army clears space, expands production to private factory, and assembles new supply chains. And they're not revealing everything, including where they get the steel for the shell and exactly how many more rounds this factory can produce, saying, quote, "That's exactly what Russia wants to know," which is exactly why we don't leak all of our information out to the media, right? So far, the U.S. has provided more than $35 billion in weapons and equipment to Ukraine, and more going out almost by the week. Quote, "Unfortunately, we understand that production is very limited, and it's been more than a year of war, and we are very dependent on the 155 millimeter ammo. The Army is spending about $1.5 billion to ramp up production of 155 millimeter ammo rounds alone, from 14,000 a month before Russia invaded Ukraine to over 85,000 a month by 2028. U.S. Army Undersecretary Gabe Camarillo told us last month. And the U.S. Army has already given Ukraine more than 1.5 million rounds of just this one type of ammo alone. Yeah. And imagine what they're using in actual, handheld gun ammo. Imagine that. And even with higher near-term production rates, the U.S. cannot replenish its stockpile or catch up to usage pace in Ukraine, where officials estimate that Ukraine military is firing 6,000 to 8,000 shells per day. In other words, 2 days worth of shells fired by Ukraine equates to the United States monthly pre-war production figure. Quote, "This could become a crisis. With the front line now mostly stationary, artillery has become the most important combat arm. And get this, the Russians are firing 40,000 shells per day. So we're doing 5 times less than they do and are trying to keep up. But if we don't start the production lines, if you don't warm it up, it's going to be a huge problem." This should be red alert. Red alert. These production lines should be on full go right now. They should be amping them up, new ones. I mean, first of all, they're providing to Ukraine and to Taiwan right now, and we have to provide for our stockpiles to replenish them. We're replenishing 3 stockpiles. Ukraine is sucking them out like a Hoover vacuum, literally on a daily basis. Taiwan says they need more. They're preparing. If you literally listen to what they're saying, they're preparing for an active invasion. That's how serious Taiwan is talking right now. They are preparing for an invasion. So there are literally 2 people saying, we need ammunition right now, and they're looking to us. Okay, they're also looking to Europe as well, don't get me wrong, but the United States is considered the #1 military in the world. So for better or for worse, they largely look to the #1 military. They're also looking to Europe, I get it. And then don't forget, we can't run our stockpiles dangerously low. So we have to make sure that we stay at a certain threshold, and we can't go below that threshold. So if you're a stockholder having stocks in government defense contractors, probably not a bad idea right now. Probably not a bad idea right now. But you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for liking and sharing these videos. Here's some videos you should watch next. If you're a gun owner, you better watch this video right here to see what's happening around the world. And China and Putin are both targeting the US. You can see right here in this video. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.